Chad Carnes with MCA Connect, and you're watching another episode of 5 Good Minutes in Microsoft Dynamics AX. The Magnificent Seven is by far one of my favorite movies, okay? And one of the favorite things that I love when people ask me is when they ask me, hey, Chad, I need a report for that. Okay, that's my favorite question, okay? Because in AX7, or in really any version of AX, you do not need a report. What you really are probably asking for is what grid do I use? And today, I'm going to show you the magnificent 7 ways, okay, of filtering a grid in Dynamics AX7. And we're going to try to do that. We're going to try to do all that in just about 5 good minutes. Okay, so we're now going to go into AX, okay, and I've just given up. I've given up because I've just started using this little help bar, and for a while I thought I had to learn basic navigation, but now I'm just using all my users to use the help window here and just type in what you need, okay, because it's the easiest way to get to anything now in AX. So we're going to go to Open Vendor Invoices. Okay, I'm going to go to this grid, okay, and the filter one is I could drop this grid into Excel, okay, so I could just click the little Office application and say download. Okay, so, and then I can filter it in the Excel window of my choice here, okay? Again, this is Magnificent Filter 1, all right? Pretty easy. I usually just kind of, as an accountant, I would always just kind of dump it into Excel because that's where I wanted to get it to in the first place, okay? So in all these filters, I'm just gonna try to say, give me vendor accounts that start with US, okay? All right, so I'm not gonna say this. Filter 2 is I could go directly to the column, okay, and I could filter from the column. Now I could change, I could also, I could and just say US and say begins with, okay? I could change the begins with in the column though, okay? The next one is just what I call the easy filter, all right? Now this is always begins with, okay? So just important to note that you can't type a star, you can't do anything like that. It's just always begin with, okay? The next is the multiple filters, okay? So this has multiple filters I could change from begins with, between, contains, etc. And I can do multiple filters in here. And if but in all these filters, make sure you turn them off after you're done. Or in this case, you're going to want to apply and then reset the filter, okay, to turn it off. All right. So the next one we're going to go to is we're going to go over to the advanced filter. Okay, so that's number 5 is the advanced filter. I can come up here and I can do the same criteria. So this is kind of the criteria used to with stars and asterisks and dots to do between ranges. Okay, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna save it. Okay, I'm gonna save it, and you kind of saw this on the last blog that I did. All right, but you're gonna save this as an advanced filter. Okay, so we're gonna call it US star open AP. All right, so now if I go back out to the I'm actually gonna go ahead and navigate this time instead of using the help screen. I'm gonna navigate to the correct setup here. Okay, accounts payable, and actually I'm gonna put a star next to open vendor invoices, and then that way I can just get to it through my favorites. Okay, so now I'm going to come back into my advanced. My advanced filters, and you can see it remembers the saved option I had for that. Okay, so now the 6th thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that advanced filter, okay, and I'm going to add it as a tile to the vendor payments workspace. Okay. So I just, and I'm going to go ahead in here and you can specify whether or not you want a count of the number of records in that filter, in that tile, in that workspace, okay? Number 7 here is I'm going to add that to a workspace as a list, okay? And you'll see here in a second the difference between a list and a tile in the workspace, okay? All right, and since I've just completely given up on basic navigation here, okay, and oh, I'm sorry, you can add additional fields into that list, but since I've given up on basic navigation, I'm just going to type in vendor payment workspace, okay, and basically that will take me right to where I want to go, which is the vendor payment workspace. All right, now I covered a little bit on workspaces last time, but you'll see my tile here. Okay, so there's my tile, all right, and it took me back to the filter. Okay, you can also see my list here that I created. Okay, again, just some easy, again, 7 ways to do the same thing, okay? But it gives you different ways you'll need to do in different situations.